Hi guys, I'm Candice. Welcome back to my YouTube channel all about the psychology of fashion. Today we're going to be discussing the research projects that I've conducted, what I've found out and implications of the findings for businesses and society. Please see the description box below for all sources cited in this video. And without further ado, let's get into it. As part of my BSc for my final major project, I conducted a study exploring whether exposure to images depicting facial cosmetic enhancements increases the desire for cosmetic surgery among young women. Women aged 18 to 29 years indicated their social media use, whether they have an Instagram account, how much time they spend on Instagram per day, and the number of accounts they follow. This was followed by a task in which they either viewed images depicting other young women with facial cosmetic enhancements or images of travel. Participants then indicated their satisfaction with their appearance, their mood, and their desire to undergo cosmetic enhancements in the future. So what did I find? I found that those who were frequent social media users and who were less satisfied with their appearance were more likely to consider cosmetic surgery in the future. So what does this all mean and why should we care? Well, these findings suggest that viewing images of females with cosmetic enhancements can have an effect on young women's desire for cosmetic surgery, especially if they frequently spend a significant amount of time on social media and follow many accounts and are less satisfied with their appearance. Well, this research is useful because by understanding how social media impacts the desire for cosmetic surgery, screening measures can be introduced into cosmetic surgery practices and clinics that better assess patients' psychological functioning and their motivations for the surgery. If their motivations are based on looking like someone they have seen on social media, it is unlikely that the cosmetic treatments will have positive outcomes. The implementation of screening tools could contribute to better identification of patients who are likely to benefit the most from the procedure, thereby avoiding engaging patients in procedures that they may not be happy with and that could actually cause harm to their mental health. However, despite the beneficial applications of this research, no study is perfect. In psychological research, it's essential to be critical of the study and identify what can be improved for further research in order to help better answer the research question. In my study, the group of participants were comprised of people who are all quite similar, what psychologists call homogeneous. Most participants were university students and women in late adolescence. Might be a significant focus on appearance during this period of life, which may not necessarily be the case as people age. Therefore, the results generated by this particular group of participants may represent a period in life when body acceptance and satisfaction are significant issues of concern, limiting the generalisation of these findings to young womanhood only. So what should we do to better answer the research question? While considering previous research and the limitations of this study, future research could sample a more culturally and age and ethnically diverse population to provide more valid insights into the role played by social media in cosmetic surgery intentions. Sampling participants who have already undergone cosmetic surgery and assessing the extent to which social media influence their decision may prove similarly valid. To read my research project, you can find an open access link in the description box of this video. For my master's dissertation, I aim to use personality theory to predict future fashion behaviours. I investigated how fashion consumers' personality traits and attitudes towards technology influence their willingness to adopt emerging fashion technologies, as well as what consumers' motivations for using these technologies were and how they related to consumers' personality traits. I assessed participants' demographics, age, gender, income and education level, as well as their personality traits, technology attitudes and motivations to see how this impacted their adoption of 3 emerging technologies in fashion: smart fabrics, AR try-on and digital fashion. To test this, participants completed an online survey filling in the information as mentioned, as well as watching videos of these technologies in use. They then rated their intention to adopt these technologies and their motivations for using them. I found that those most likely to adopt emerging technologies in fashion are neurotic, meaning that they are likely to experience more negative affects such as sadness, anxiety or irritability. Open to new experiences, meaning they are curious, open-minded and accepting of novel experiences. Agreeable, meaning they are kind, cooperative and warm, and they have a positive attitude towards technology, in which case they have strong enthusiasm towards technology, especially newer technologies. I also found that neuroticism, extroversion and openness and agreeableness were related to participants' motivation for using fashion technology. For example, neuroticism was connected to desires such as expressing oneself, extroversion with connecting and communicating with others, and openness with enjoying oneself. What does this all mean and why should we care? Well, essentially, my research indicates that personality and attitude influence consumers' adoption of emerging fashion technologies in this case, smart fabrics, AR try-on and digital fashion. Those who are neurotic, agreeable, open and have more positive attitudes towards technology are more likely to adopt them. My findings indicate that participants were motivated to use these technologies for a variety of reasons, and these motivations are linked to their personality traits. This study is useful because the findings can assist marketing managers and UX designers in how they promote and design fashion technologies. By understanding how consumers feel and behave towards fashion technologies, campaigns could be framed to target the adopters, such as those who are open to new experiences, and products designed to appeal to them, such as by highlighting the relevant motivations for use. However, no study is perfect, and in psychological research it's essential to be critical of the study and identify what can be improved for future research in order to help better answer this question. In my study, the sample was skewed towards those who are highly educated, young and female. Therefore, the results may be less generalisable to those who do not fit this demographic profile. In other words, we can't say these findings are true for all people. My results may be specific for highly educated young females. Additionally, this study did not consider the role of culture. Previous research has suggested that culture influences technology adoption. Therefore, future research could examine how both culture and personality intersect in the adoption of fashion technologies. In the future, research should be done with a more representative sample so that we can better understand the role of demographic variables such as age and gender on technology. If you have any thoughts or comments on my research, please leave me a comment. I would love to know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe for more videos discussing the psychology of fashion. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!